I want to come again that today's speech session is supported by USAID and Pixera Global Company with the help of the American people. And they are funding our today's meeting. So I want to switch to the very first startup to get presented. Danish startup Heartery. Vera, the stage is yours. Clicker.
Hi everyone, my name is Vera and I'm the founder of Heartery. We are building a super app for blood pressure management. Hypertension is called the silent killer by the World Health Organization. Unfortunately, this problem affects almost half Americans and 1/3 of adults around the globe, and it's the leading cause of deaths worldwide. Doctors suggest hypertension sufferers 3 simple steps. First, measure blood pressure regularly. Second, make healthier lifestyle choices. And 3, take pills. Well, but that's easier said than done. And unfortunately, most people forget to do all of this, or they do not know what to do. And as a result, 2/3 of them, they just do not manage their blood pressure. That's why we have built Heartery. It's the first app to actually lower blood pressure. So our app doesn't only track blood pressure, but it also explains it, and it gives AI tools for healthier lifestyle. For example, our tools can help understand how much salt is in this food, what can I cook from my ingredients, and what meal would be healthy for me. Is this particular food safe for me? And also our AI helps to track pills intake. We are hardware agnostic app. It means that you can add and use any device you have at home. And also in the next release, we will go further with the AI and we will allow monitoring, measuring blood pressure with the camera of your phone. We are 2 co-founders. Leo is a former digital health analyst from Copenhagen Institute of Future Studies and a former producer at BBC. And I myself, I built 3 tech companies and 2 were acquired. We are supported by Danish Hypertension Society, who is co-developing actually the app together with us, and they promised to help with all necessary legalization and registering as a medical device and clinical trials. We have just submitted our app to the App Store in late March, and our business model is a classical 1-week free trial, and then it's $9 per month. We are now raising €500,000 for the next year, and so far we have been bootstrapping all development. And our goal for the next year is to reach 50,000 users and 50,000 euros in MRR and get all necessary registration. So this was Heartery, thank you. So we are building the super app for a very huge and underserved market for 1.3 billion hypertension sufferers. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Questions from the audience and venture investors? Leonid?
Could you speak to this future technology of measuring blood pressure with your phone?
Yes, it's a ready technology. It's clinically validated, and we signed agreement with them that we will use this third-party technology.
Okay, so you're licensing it. You're buying a license.
Yes, we are integrating a third-party technology. Yes, for this particular, yes, but all the rest we are building ourselves.
That's a really great thing that you are dealing with high blood pressure, which is actually not a problem for older people, but also for myself, despite that my quite a good physical fit. May I ask, what are the benefits from your solution when it will be on scale for the simple people? I can understand how it works when we are using health tech app or training app. What are your benefits for physical customers?
Yes, so first of all, it will not deliver benefits. It's already delivering because the app is ready. And so first, it's not only logs, but it explains blood pressure, so you are becoming more comfortable with your body condition. Then we have several AI tools which help you like every day. We had conducted 100 user interviews, and we identified the most common challenges. For example, can I eat this thing? What can I cook? What can I cook from my ingredients? What can I order in the restaurant? What exercises are safe for me? So we give this actionable insights based on AI for each particular situation. And then pills intake. So all together, so it's a super app, like everything for blood pressure.
That's it. Thank you so much. More questions?
If no more questions, then thank you very much.
Thank you.
Next up, I would like to welcome the Polish startup BabyRAIN, who have developed a really interesting application that helps to diagnose autism spectrum disorder in children.
Thank you. Okay, my name is Alexander Stefanin, and it's great pleasure to present to your attention our project. It's dedicated to autism spectrum disorder diagnosis using AI technology. And okay, using AI-powered platform that aids to diagnosing autism spectrum disorder at an early stage and monitoring the habilitation results. 22% of children worldwide suffer from variety degrees of autism. And unfortunately, in most cases, 75% of them stay nonverbal, they can't speak. But if we diagnose the autism timely, only 25% stay nonverbal. So we can change this situation crucially. Current diagnosis methods, it's stressful. Unfortunately, it's subjective. It takes a lot of time. It's costly, and it's very inaccurate if we talk about the early stage. That's why we developed our solution, which harnesses computer vision, data, big data, AI, imaging, etc. It's a lot more than 20 ML pipelines inside of this application. And we reduce the cost of the diagnosis from several thousand of dollars to only $12. It's less than 1% of the actual price of the actual cost of the diagnosis. Also, we reduce the time for diagnosis from several months to only several days. Also, our diagnosis process is not stressful for children. They just play games and we diagnose the problem. How it works? The child play different games, parent fill out the questionnaire, then also physician fill out the other questionnaire. All this data processed by our platform, and then we send or show in the cabinet the results of the diagnosis. What is under the hood of our application? As you see, we have several neural networks. First of all, which looks at hands, at fingers. This is how we monitor motor skills of the child. Also, this is face landmarks, and this is how we detect some patterns when child reveal some emotional reactions. also this is the pose and etc. We have more than, as I said, 20 ML pipelines. All this information we combine and then use LLM for the report, which tailor it for each child, for each parent. This is like a screenshots when children play different games. Also, we have a lot of different analytics, which quite simple, explained in our application. It's simple for parents and also for the physicians. If we use our application, we can reduce the average age when we find the problem from more than, right now it's 4 years, 4.5 of year, the average age when physicians detect the problem in a child. But if we use our application, it's we can reduce it to less than 2 years. Our business model includes subscription for healthcare providers, for pediatricians and developmental specialists, of course for parents. And as you see, we suggest also one-time payment for diagnosis. Today, market of the autism is growing. The global autism spectrum disorder market is projected to reach 43 billion to 2031. We have some competitors, but we use unique technology which helps us to make more tailored guidance, to make more tailored reports, and we process more data than our competitors. Also, we don't need any equipment to buy, like VR equipment, etc. So it's much more cheaper than our competitors.
We're out of time, so one last 2 sentences.
Yeah, okay. We have a great team, and I'm ready to answer your questions.
May I start with a question? You're solving quite an important problem. Do you have any support from Polish government or from the European Commission or from some kind of authorities?
Right now, no. We participated in some challenges, startup challenges, but unfortunately, right now we don't have any support.
Oh, great. So probably you have to visit today's meeting at Longevi's office. They are talking to people from the Ministry of Healthcare and also with some European authorities that are responsible for supporting such kind of projects. Thank you.
Thank you. With pleasure.
Other questions from the audience? Yes.
How mature is the technology? Because you're training your algos on data sets, so it takes a certain time for you to reach the level.
If we talk about the accuracy of our platform, it's about 87%. If we talk about the positive predictive value, and of course it's much more bigger. It's 96% if we talk about negative predictive value. And we also conducted a pilot project in cooperation with 7 clinics, and this is the proved results from this pilot project.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Next up, I would like to welcome Soula.
Not 45, 4 to 5, right?
Yes, 4 to 5.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for having me here. My name is Natalie. I'm actually from Belarus. I moved to Cyprus 2.5 years ago, and for more than 17 years, I've been doing projects in maternity well-being and care, working with pregnancy, maternity, newborns. I have held more than 3,500 newborns in my hands, and I'm a professional doula and a coach myself. That's actually the story how Soula have occurred. When we were working with women, we saw that it's not enough on a different stage of female journey to have different doctors, OBs, midwives, coaches, and psychologists, and so on. The problem is really huge about the female mental health, that women are twice as much more likely to have mental health disorders and anxiety problems, and they feel burnout and much more likely to suffer from stress and work. And there's a lot of things that are bringing up to that. There's a stigma about feeling stigmatized about some questions that they have inside. There is affordability, insurance issues, lack of specialists, inability to help, to get the help immediately. All those things, they bring to 3 blocks: anxiety, burnout, and depression. Maternity is one of the most challenging periods of female journey, and the biggest numbers you see over here is that 49% of female feeling burned out, combining their maternity journey and their workforce. That's why we have taken maternity as a first step of building Soula, a virtual AI assistant. The solution that we get over here, we're trying to democratize access to professional help. So basically we take the specialists such as mental health therapists, coaches, psychologists, and counselors, doulas, midwives, and take their expertise inside of AI assistant. We have really strong partner. It's a NERA Integration Institute, and it's close to Stanford in San Francisco, and Katerina Lingold is leading that. We have a partnership with her, and she's actually one of our mentors and investors as well. So we use the technology of NERA Balance so that day by day we will keep a female way in a position of being more relaxed, less anxious, and getting more support from especially that you need in AI way. So this is the great team that we are having over here. Basically, we are combining AI and neuroscience. We call it sometimes a female AI because AI right now is very male, so it can answer the straight questions, it can be on your hand whenever you need it, but it cannot still be very empathetic. Basically, what we are trying to build is an empathetic AI for the female. So that's the thing that we're using in AI thing. I'll try to show you much more what we have right now. So Soula is much more than a chat. It's a proactive assistant. So someone who is reaching out to you himself or herself, we call her she, right? So she asks you and proactively tracks your journey. She knows a lot about you because it's super personalized. So it gets all the information from your onboarding, and it takes the information from your previous dialogue. So we work on a memory side so that we know about the user more and more over here. It gives you personalized content straight ahead in the chat, so you don't have to go and Google after you get the information and the answers in the chat. And everything that you have been tracking in the chat is taken to your well-being tracker. And based on the information from well-being tracker, the conversation comes back to the chat as an assistant. So you have this number 8 this way, and you have the questions in the chat, the conversation in the chat, and all the information in a tracker, and then go back. So the B2C model is the beginning of that, and we already have started to do that. I'll show you some of the numbers, but we see big potential in B2B as well. We have currently been elected by Berkeley SkyDAC, and we'll try to take the batch 18 in May, and B2B is something that they are really like pointing us to, and I think that we're going to do that much quicker than we have planned for. So that's a big thing. This is the things about the market, and I'm sure that you will see the numbers, and they are pretty nice and big. There is some points of competitors over here. I'm really proud about the team I have over here. I think that as a co-founder, I have a really, really strong guy. He's one of the top 50 AI Google engineers. He has 2 exits on his back, and he's been our investor, and right now he's our CTO, which I'm really proud of. As I told you, we have Katerina Lingold from the side of neuroscience. We have Andrei Michaluk. He's been the ex-VP of product at Flow Health. Flow last week has been announced as a unicorn. They have more than 300,000 million users. He's been building all the monetization strategy for them for the last 4 years. And actually, the ARR of 200 million has been done by him. We have Natalia Vadianova as our investor and mentor as well, and with her we're planning to do the PR and marketing campaign for destigmatizing female mental health in general. And she's also the United Nations Population Fund Goodwill Ambassador, which I've been also working with a lot. From 25 startups, she has 5 unicorns, so Soula is supposed to be the next by her. A strong team over here, some numbers of the traction over here. So as I told you, we have been really focused on technological side. So we were working on factuality, safety, and empathy. So we have just started the monetization task a couple months before. But as you see from the numbers over here, we already have some numbers of super users. As soon as the person understands that we have the personal attraction inside and the result that he gets, he spends more than 3 hours of pure time with us. The numbers I told you about factuality, safety, and empathetic side, we have been working on reinforcement learning with real experts. We have more than 30 experts in the US, and actually the market is the US focused. The first monetization tests are like that. So that's what we are going to be focused on the next half a year. We have recently partnered with Ivan Avdiuk. He's a co-founder of Wallmaking. They have more than 100 apps on their side, and they are 15 years in mobile marketing. So that's where we're going to grow. We have pretty nice numbers in TikTok and Reddit. We're in top 10 community over there. And that's actually the fundraising that we had. I have added 100K in the morning over there, so it's getting better. And actually, the main purposes of the fundraising for the next 2 years is the marketing and then the technological side. Some of the things that I have told you about, we have won a lot of competitions and everything, and we have nice media coverage. And this is just the beginning. Here we go. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Any questions? On a female AI?
So what's your goal in terms of building a large and huge, probably, business? Is it possible in your business niche, and how to achieve that?
Yeah, actually, I think that as we have just seen last week about Flow and the path to unicorn, I think that we can take this model as something that we want to be close to, because we can do mostly the same thing, but in a mental health side. There is a huge market over there. The problem is growing. The market of well-being and mental health side is growing, and the female thing is really strong over there. For example, the female burnout on the workforce is the question number 1 in US, mental health in general. That's where we're going to be pointed, and we have already been pointed by Berkeley, and I think that there is a big potential over there.
So you are not just only focused on the pregnancy period?
No.
Because the second question was when all the women are calculating their cycle days through decades, not so many are checking their pregnancy, let's say,
and the
progress.
Right. So this is the thing we're discussing within the team right now. I think that as we have already integrated the neurobalance technique in a well-being tracker, the next step is going to combine the cycle and the mental health side. So it's going to be there. It's going to be a nice thing for the traction and for the retention as well.
Thank you. Other questions from the audience?
Yeah.
What is the defensibility? How are you different from the competition?
The speed and the combination of neuroscience and AI, which is really strong thing. It's not just the package for ChatGPT. So we have a neuroscience thing over here, and it's proved by the experts. For example, in this Neuro Integration Institute, they have already had a big pilot with Procter & Gamble for 5,000 people, and it was successful. So that's where we are scientifically based over there. Then the speed in marketing, which we are adding right now, and the speed in PR and building the brand name over there, which I think we can do with Natalia Vadianova really strong.
And the model, the foundational model develop yourself? Or?
We are using ChatGPT. We're actually in a Google for Startups program, and we have access to MedPalm for testing, and we have Bard as well. The second guy from Google who is working with us, he's actually the one who is leading the Bard team, and the competitions between Bard and ChatGPT is made by his team in Zurich. And I think that we are guys in AI blog, they sometimes test different things, but basically we have running, we always running A/B testing. We have our reinforcement learning in progress model, and we have ChatGPT, which we are fine-tuning as well. Right.
One last question from
Go
Nikita.
ahead. Yep.
Natalia,
Right.
very nice startup. I'm seeing here that you are raising 2.5 million. What's your valuation?
The money that we have raised before, I was doing saves for 20% discount and cap of 10 million. So this 2.5, I don't believe in fundraising straight ahead in one day right now. So it's going to be divided in blocks for sure. So the valuation is something that we're going to discuss. But the previous one was about the cap of 10 million.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Next up, I would like to welcome AgriModem.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Hello, everyone. I'm Matvey. I'm CEO of AgriModem. I have 5 years experience in agri-tech. Previous one, with small team, we produced thousands of devices for all world. And when I talked with my customer, I heard about one huge problem from him. They have mixed brand equipment, and for him it's very too hard manage his agriculture data from mixed flat equipment because equipment has different terminals, different interfaces, and different data formats, and it's really too hard to manage this all data, and that's why we started produce our solution. Our solution connects device. It's plug and play modem that any farmer can in one move easy connect its in diagnostic ports in any equipment, collect data and monitor data in real time in our platform or through API. Here's some use cases how farmer can solve. It's, for example, quality control of the operation or yield mapping, and of course he can sending any data formats from to equipment. And it's save money directly or save some resources. About market, it's top 10. We're looking for a top 10 agriculture country in world. It's near 27 million equipment, and its number is grows because new equipment is kill old. Our competitors, we understand he's huge, but we fully understand his minuses and how we can solve the problem. Farmers' problem, and what the problems they don't solve. We are going to sell our modems through farm management system, through precision agriculture dealers and integrators and agri-holdings. Business model is SaaS for B2B. We are going to charge $100 per year per modems and $600 per modem one-time payment. For this season, we are going to sell 100 modems, not more, because we need to continue to do some full product and scale it in the next season. So what we have right now, we have working modems in the fields and platform. We have pre-orders from 80 modems from our customer. And we have partner farmers in Kazakhstan, Ukraine, where you can very quickly and test our modems and get some feedback. We have partners in dealers in platform in Poland, Ukraine, Kazakhstan, and Latam. And yeah, some words about our team. It's Volodya. He leads software team. Our partners from Kazakhstan and Ukraine. And yeah, our team is not huge, but yeah, we are looking for guys in our team. About this investments, we're looking for 350K for next 12 months. Yeah, thank you so much.
May I start with the main question about your business model? Matvey, can you switch back to the numbers and explain briefly what's this one? What's your margin and how much are you earning from one customer based on the price of your modems and based on the length of usage, let's say?
Yeah, about margin, it's two. So 600 per modems, it's 3x per production cost, and $100 it's. I don't know, I can answer because it's continued development and development right now is this stage it's to have because it's not. No. Okay, I just can answer for about 600 per modem because I fully understand how it costs one modem produce. Okay. Sorry, and can you? The second part.
The second question is about your entire unit economics. Is it positive? And what kind of scale you need to get the entire operations at break even?
It's really positive after second year because right now we spent money for developing, and when we calculate, it's near 70% or more for development, and after second year, it's will be positive.
Great, thank you.
Okay.
Other questions from the audience? If no more questions, then thank you. Next up, I would like to welcome Oxy, who have developed a analytics platform to reduce food waste.
Hello, everyone. My name is Dmitry, and I'm a co-founder of a startup called Oxy. This is industrial IoT platform for analytics and monitoring, and we specifically tailored it for the grocery retail market. I'd start with a simple question. How often do you do grocery shopping? And I believe the answer is obvious. It's weekly, if not daily, for some of you. But have you ever thought about how much food is wasted actually in each supermarket? So the number is up to 10 tons a year, and just to translate it into more sizable manner, so it's around 20 average households to feed for the same period of time. And actually, almost 20% of that number is attributed to the cold chain issues, and this exact percentage we are trying to address by our solution, along with the overall food safety and quality and sustainability of the grocery store by collecting and analyzing data from the industrial assets. So it's easy to connect with any equipment manufacturer. It's 24/7 real-time smart monitoring. And with the help of ML and AI, we can early detect incidents and optimize energy efficiency. This is just a visual representation how it works. So we collect the data, we aggregate and analyze it within our processing system. With a web application, we can visualize it, and also through the API connect with third-party integrations. I believe we have the right team to deliver it, both business and technical acumen needed, and also industry knowledge inside. So I myself was among first hires at PandaDoc, and I've built from scratch and led multiple go-to-market teams there. And from the technical side, Igor, my co-founder, has an industrial engineering degree, and also more than 7 years of experience building IoT solutions for diverse industries. And also Alex, who's been selling B2B SaaS products since 2016, and we believe his experience might be instrumental of the execution of our go-to-market strategy. The market is there, so it's almost $4 billion right now, and it's growing 20% year over year. And even if to narrow it down for the grocery retail market in the EU, we can reach, with our business model, $30 million ARR quite fast. We came up with some initial go-to-market hypotheses. We are located in Poland, and we are going after Polish retail chains first, which you can see here. And we have already started doing it and have some results. We have one ongoing pilot. Another one is about to start, and 5 more is sitting in our pipeline. We know the competition, but we also know how to position ourselves against it. It's either open source systems that require additional development and maintenance, which we can beat by providing no-code and plug-and-play solution, which we are doing. And also some, for the grocery retail specifics, some original equipment manufacturers who can provide solutions for monitoring, but they are limited by the equipment from this manufacturer. So we can connect all the engineering systems in one place. And that's how we can beat this type of competition. What we have right now, we have built the prototype and piloting it, as I said, with one retail chain, which might result in our first revenue. We have already collected the feedback after the initial demo, and we scoped the MVP, which we are going, based on our roadmap, we should deliver next month. And we have, again, another one pilot is about to start, and 5 more in the pipeline. What we are asking for right now is initially industry network expertise that might result in additional POCs or pilots for us, and also partnership with OEMs, original equipment manufacturers, who might complement our solution. And the parameters of the next round you can see here, which is 500K with 5 million plus money, and we will be announcing it in 2 months. That's it. Thank you. And just to highlight 3 impact SDGs we are targeting and having our main KPIs on that. Thank you.
Thank you. Questions from the audience?
I suppose that the 5th time I can listen to your pitch, I finally understood what are you doing. But I suppose not all in the audience did the same. Dmitry, if you can come with 2 clear sentences of what are you not just doing, what are you selling, what value are you selling to your customers? So what would be those 2 sentences?
Okay, if I talk to the potential customer of mine, I would say that we can collect all the data from their sensors, from their industrial equipment, which is fridges, heating systems, ovens, ventilation, etc., aggregate it in one system, and based on analyzing this data, provide some useful insights to actually reduce the food waste, improve food quality and safety for their customers, and also optimize energy use. And furthermore, prevent predictive maintenance for their equipment, which will reduce the cost of the maintenance of this equipment.
Great. It was quite a long sentence,
but it's one.
Thank you.
Thank you.
More questions?
If I may, and do you see the danger in competition from the OEMs providing their own sort of solutions?
They are interested to actually limit their systems to work only with their equipment, because that's how they actually get more from the one customer to buy only their equipment. But usually customers do not agree with that, so they would like to have more freedom. And usually the equipment manufacturers, there are some who can provide fridges, ventilations, and everything, but in most cases they are only doing only one thing, only one engineering system, like fridges. And that's where we can see the potential. So we can aggregate all the engineering system in one system and analyze it like one whole organism rather than like a separate engineering processes.
What would be next markets that you were aiming?
So as we are focused on initially on the cold chains, we would like to explore similar use cases with different industries like pharmacy chains and also warehousing, because they also use fridges as well. And that's go into the different verticals, and also going horizontally with the different markets. As we start in Poland and EU, then we can also explore additional markets like MENA, LATAM, and eventually maybe in the US.
Thank you. Other questions from the audience? If no, then thank you very much.
Thank you.
I guess it's a big mistake to put market tech after health tech and ecotech, but I tried to grab some attention from you guys. Well, I'm Mika from Marketo, and this is a story about one marketer, it's me, who have seen too many small businesses unable to afford marketing activities they need to survive. And it's sad. I was working in 3 different agencies, marketing agencies, and I saw up to 50% inbound leads were rejected because they couldn't afford any of our services. And of course, it's a global problem. Around 20 million small businesses in the US alone face the same issue. And they lack not only the budget, but the time and expertise to market themselves. They already spend around $17 billion a year on limited tools and hiring freelancers, but what they really need is to be presented across multiple channels with different activities without breaking the bank. What is impossible because behind these activities a lot of manual and that's why expensive work. That's where Marketo steps in, because thanks to AI revolution and automation advancements, we can offer a one-stop shop with a bunch of AI marketers on board to help our clients acquire customers at lower costs. Let me, how it works on our MVP example, AI SMM manager that crafts posts on LinkedIn and Twitter. It's much easier than it could you think. First of all, you just tell what do you sell. Products, services, your expertise. Next step, Marketo will craft marketing strategy tailored to promote what you're selling. And we focus on the three segments of your target audience. And the next step is like customization step, just setting up some tone of voice size and your industry media web links because we can produce news-based content. And voila, Marketo crafts content in a month ahead. You just need to check it and prove it, and it takes only 1 hour a month. During public testing, we got some results. We have sign-up rate around 16% in March, in this April even 23%, which 3-5 times higher than benchmarks for SaaS with free trial as we offer. And of course, we got some bottom of the funnel, getting paying customers. And we saw conversion rate from free trial to paying customers around 9-11%. And we're raising now angels round, 150K to scale up our sales efforts and to develop next year marketers, like lead gen marketer on LinkedIn and email, because lead gen plus AI SMM manager we have now is like basic marketing every B2B need. And you can ask me on LinkedIn about next things and connect me, and even you can try it for yourself. Of course, if you have business page on LinkedIn or personal page on LinkedIn and Twitter, you can test it and get some results. And I'm ready to answer your questions. I hope it was easy to understand.
It definitely was. And I'm eager to become your pilot tester because we are all struggling with all this online marketing shit. Sorry. So do you offer any kind of trial periods or what? How to become your first customer? How to start using your service? And when will you start charging us?
Okay, you just go to marketall.ai, register in the app, activate 10 days free trial, and get full functionality. And after these 10 days, you get charged. Around
and for what amount?
$39 per small business. It's like 2 strategies. You can put different content strategies to your personal page and your business page on LinkedIn.
You mean monthly?
Yeah, monthly, of course.
It's quite affordable. It's even
it's
too
like,
low from my personal point of view.
For you, I can charge you a little more.
Okay, thank you. Well noted.
This personal promo code for you will be.
Yes, question?
I have a question. What language models are you using and the continuation? How you prevent it from hallucinations and actually being recognizable as AI language?
A good question. Well, right now we use OpenAI, but we can switch easily between different models because we're just tracking who is giving the best results in outputs, and how it will just prompt engineering. Prompt engineering plus our approach with marketing strategy, where we describe your target segments with we had 25 parameters per each, so we know what for whom we produce this content. So it's like because Marketall products content based on your product and your audience, and of course on the back end, built in the best practices on LinkedIn and Twitter, the best formats, and etc.
Thank you. Other questions from the audience? If no more questions, then thank you very much.
Thank you.
Next up, I would like to welcome RedTrack, who are helping digital marketers to improve their conversions.
Thank you. So we proceed with SmartTech to MarTech, even more boring problems. It's definitely the wrong way.
Clicks needed. Right.
Oh.
Keep clicking.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And
okay.
That's yours.
So let's start with this. I was, or can say, am doing digital marketing for more than 20 years. And I really relate to this guy because his expectations, everybody's expectations about digital marketing are this. Like we do optimizing, we do creative things, we get results. In reality, it's really, really, really boring, and it's all about cut and paste. Especially now when third-party cookies are dying, when all the tools are changing, when Google managed to kill the market by releasing Google Index 4, which is an amazing tool for everybody. Everybody hates it. I've seen it from the people who promote it on the conferences, which was very weird. And so they have a problem. And we want to address this problem because it's inefficient decisions, and in the end, they can just toss a coin and get the result instead of spending time doing their job. We do it by applying proprietary technology to get them accurate first-party data they own, and then we layer media buying automation with multiple APIs and, like everybody knows, some AI copilots to reduce the amount of manual work in their daily activities. And I'll leave it here. That's what our customers get.
Second to read.
Sure. We have time. And these are actual feedback. This guy is like a couple of blocks that way. Market is huge because everybody are doing paid ads right now, or partnerships, or something, because that's the easiest way to acquire clients. We focus on a tiny segment of this, e-com and direct-to-consumer brands, but in that tiny segment is actually huge. And we think, despite the popular opinion, it's under adoption. Our contrarian thought that if you consider the tools who combine analytics and automation in one user interface, because no one wants to use multiple tools. There are not that many players on the market, and we are growing fast to become the leader there. So we regained our growth. We are currently at 2.1 million annual recurring revenue, and that's for Matic, that's all is coming from subscriptions, or at least 97% of that. And our user economy is fairly good. We are also global, so whatever happens somewhere, we still have clients. But of course, like someone says, we speak English, so we follow Anglo-Saxon economy. Those countries are UK, Canada, Australia, India, and then European Union. We're actually closing the first reselling deal in Brazil because we don't want to learn Portuguese. And we have a growing team, which is also operating from like 9 countries, from the same Brazil all the way up to the India. And we are fundraising. We actually signed the term sheet with lead investor. We're looking to close the round. So, and right, only probably today, and for business angels who can move fast and do things in a very, very fast way, we have a special offer. Immediate upside. Because we will finish the fundraising in 3 months. We are cash flow neutral, but we do want to start spending now. So that's the deal. You can join the whole round, or you can just do a CLA, get a discount, get immediate upside in like 3 months. And that's it. I'm ready to answer questions. I leave this slide with some other numbers because we analysts like numbers. And welcome. Yes?
What's the lowest limit for marketing budget to use your RedTrack?
We have free product. There is no limit.
I mean, the most affordable or the most useful for results to get the results with your RedTrack. How much to spend?
The more our clients spend, the higher the efficiency. Because in the end, we provide them with not only decision information, in the end, it's like productivity leap. So of course, if you spend like 100 per day, you can do it manually. If you spend 100,000 per day, like our clients do, some of our clients do, then it saves a lot of time, effort, money, and helps increase the revenues. So like there is no bottom limit, there is probably no upper limit. It just, do you see the value? And of course, the more you spend, the more media buyers you have in the team, the more value you extract.
The numbers are really impressive. May I ask what part of your expenses are you going to extend with this small angels round? 100K is a very small amount, and what will be put on first?
We want to hire a couple of developers sooner than in 3 months from now, because right now it's literally the rat race. We built our first AI copilot. We know how many integrations we want to accomplish in the next 9 months. So if we do slightly more of them sooner than later, when the heat season for the e-com starts, September, everybody's starting to ramp up before the Black Friday, before the Christmas, we'll be probably 50% more prepared. Means we can increase our growth from 5% to 10% month over month for that stretch, and then maybe keep going.
Okay, more specific question. You mentioned the lifetime value for your average customer. And what is their lifetime for your average customer? More than 1 year, less, or what?
We already more than 1 year, because we deal with larger teams, smaller teams. We have a mix of B2B and B2C clients. So that's why they have different net retention rates. They have different lifetime rates. The best part is that the share of larger B2B clients in terms of MRR is already above 70%. And their logo count is above 30%, I guess. And they have, some of them are with us for like 4 years. So probably we just use the model. We consider their net revenue retention as the indicator of how long we'll keep them. And this net revenue retention is currently floating anywhere between like 96 to 102% month over month.
Great, thank you.
Other questions? If no, thank you very much.
Thank you.
I'd like to welcome Mova Data AI, which is a data companion that provides actionable insights of your business.
Okay, let's check it out. All right, hi everyone. My name is Misha. I'm co-founder of Mova AI, where we are building a data companion for operational managers. So the problem is quite widely seen and recognized that the managers, especially in the customer-facing departments, they deal with a lot of data about a lot of customers, which requires them to spend a lot of time on that. I will provide you a specific example of the customer support, which we are focusing on right now. For example, in the call centers, they deal with the product team can come and ask what people are saying about the new feature in a customer support request. And in order to answer this question, they have to delegate one manager and just sit down and listen for 2 days for the conversations, write down the reports. So it's absolutely inefficient, even though we can solve it. And our solution is to connect all of the data of the interactions with the customers in one bucket and provide the direct access for the manager to this data, which allows him to first receive the alerts if something is wrong in the conversations, and also make the requests and actually answer these ad hoc questions like what was the opinion of the customers about the latest feature. Currently, we have the MVP, which is connected to the customer support interactions of the chats. We also adding the calls right now. It has the capability for numerical data to explore the numbers, the KPIs. We have AI search for these kind of ad hoc questions I mentioned before. And we have conversations monitoring, which actually lively monitors the conversations. And in case something is off, the manager will just be notified that he has to do something about that. And going to the traction, so we have the first integration was the integration with the live chat, which is the customer support platform. We have already 26 companies that installed this app. We kind of use it at this moment as our way to get to the enterprise pilots. We have 2 PAM companies from there with that are for the chat customer supports. Plus, we have 2 more leads for the call-based customer support. For the business model, just briefly, we are charging based on the amount of the conversations, the data we're processing. So the bigger the company is, the more conversations they have and the more they pay. The market size, there are hundreds of thousands of companies that are actually having some kind of the customer support. Our focus, our target is those who have at least 5 agents. It means that they have the manager, who is the end user of our solution. And also we, as the go-to-market now, starting with the e-commerces, which is the side of the chats, and we also going into the financial companies because they have a lot of customers and they are quite operationally intensive. From the competitor's perspective, what I want to highlight is that there used to be the previous generation of such solutions that are focusing specifically on the conversations, but they're still like last gen, I would say. The features that people requested right now were not even possible a year or 2 before. The second side is the calls, the conversations. They are nothing like that at all. They are only the voice over IP providers, but with some very, very high level basic functionalities. And the team, this is actually the way how we build these features, how we enable them. We have the founders with over 20 years of experience in machine learning combined. Me, mostly in machine learning research. The co-founder, Jacek, he's used to back up researchers from the engineering side. And the third co-founder, Artur, he has a background in finances and also used to deliver the AI products to the big companies. So this is the reason why we have the leads from the finances in the early stage. So to summarize, Mova AI is working on allowing the companies to understand what the customers want, what the customers talk about with them, and provide it very quickly and easily in a way of the insight. And that's it from my side. If you want to learn more, reach me with an email or scan the QR code and find my socials. Thank you.
Questions from the audience?
So I see that you made some progress since our last interaction, but frankly speaking, I expected something more impressive. What actually stops you from the massive selling, or at least approaching your customers? So is it a current challenge for you, less of sales force, or less of features, or what?
What do you mean exactly by selling?
Exactly, selling, going and selling to new customers.
So we have now the company which we actually get to the point where we're discussing the contract, which has like now talking around it was 84,000 revenue per year. So this is the first enterprise customer who went so far in terms of the selling. And the others, we are on the pilot stage. We're getting the data from them. I think I would say that the main barrier here is actually the data. We have to get to the data. It's protected by GDPR because this is the data with the interaction with the customer. It's very private. So this kind of overhead in these terms.
That's great. Thank you. More questions, please.
Other questions? If no, okay, one more question.
So imagine the situation where most things customers ask about has nothing to do with, for example, our own product, but has to do with products that like use it for. For example, our support team is very often being asked about Facebook. Can you help bring some how can your tool help us in this situation? Because we're being asked about Facebook and why it's not doing things. So about TikTok, about Google, about Shopify, more than we've been asked about RedTrack.
So it's not specifically about your product. It's about the conversations themselves. So we have the engine that analyzes the conversations that provide you the typical topics, that like the most common issues. It shows you the changes. So with the Facebook example, you can see that you can have like the topic Facebook and subtopics like the Facebook this and that, and you can just see, for example, that next day suddenly a lot of people starting like about the Facebook issue with X. I'm not sure what issue you can have, but you can see the trend, the change in this. And this is the one side. The other side is that you can basically define your guideline, your filter. And it can be very, very custom. You can just write the text and we will process and match it and allow you to basically have the notification in case something like that happened in the customer support, and also sum up and provide you the data about that.
And if we have all our communications in HubSpot, can we somehow easily plug it into a system?
So we don't have the integration to the HubSpot right now, but if you have a strong use case for that, we can talk.
Okay.
That's a good idea. HubSpot is still popular among some kind of companies. I hate personally HubSpot, but someone still uses it.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Please don't leave. For now, I want to say a huge thank you to our audience. Misha, don't leave, please. I want to ask to get on this stage the most important people from this audience, once again, the founders who were pitching us for the last 1 hour. Come on, please, we have to make some photo for our memories. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. It was awesome, it was right incredible.
Stay with me, look to the camera.
Okay, well done.
Yeah, that's good.
Thank you once again.